Today we are having a look at the deep lying playmaker, a player that positions themselves just in front of the back four, dictating the game from a deeper lying position on the pitch, allowing them to play positive passes forwards and be creative. The deep lying playmaker sits in the midfield area but looks to receive the ball off of the defence and the goalkeeper. Once they do that, they can turn and then spring an attack. So as we can see here, the goalkeeper has the centre backs peeling nice and wide, creating space in the middle of the pitch by drawing the forwards wider and higher up the pitch. That defensive midfielder, the deep lying playmaker, can then get on the ball in this middle area. But it's very important they do two things first of all. Firstly, you need to check the shoulder. It's always important that before turning, you as that deep lying playmaker know who's behind you. And then once we drop into that space, we can receive the ball on the half turn and look to play forwards. And you can practice this half turn just with a wall. You can play the ball off the wall, have a quick check of the shoulder to know your surroundings, and then receive the ball on the back foot. As you then turn, you've got the option to move forwards or in that one touch. Receiving the ball on the half turn in space allows that playmaker to then turn and play forwards, and especially in counter-attacking situations. And what we want to look at here is the ball over the top. Deep lying playmakers have the ability to spray passes over distance. They notice the danger area and they're able to play the ball over the top of the defence into the path of the on-rushing winger or forward. Now what's important is that the player on the ball, that playmaker, has the ability to play out to the right or to the left. If you can use both feet, that's absolutely fantastic, but you can still do it with just your strongest side. But the quality of the pass on the laces is key. Having this technique to play over the top into the space is vital. And any midfielder who wants to be a playmaker needs to have a range of different passes that help unlock defences and give your team more opportunities. And we're just going to have a look here at that pass over the top, something that someone like Kevin De Bruyne can do comfortably, delivering a great ball every time. As we can see from the technique here, we want to make sure that we are keeping our body weight nice and controlled. If I'm leaning too much to one side or the other, I start to lose control of the ball. And my striking part of the foot is the laces. But as I'm hitting the ball, I'm actually turning my foot to the side and bringing my knee over it. Once I've done that, I can then follow through on my laces nice and firmly and try and get a nice straight, driven pass. Playing the ball over the top is important, and all good midfielders need that in their repertoire. However, there are going to be times where teams sit deep with two banks of four. The defensive team here have tried to drop deeper to stop that ball over the top. And this is where a playmaker needs to really be sure on what they're going to do and have the technical ability to adapt to this. Now, in order to help the team, the playmaker could start to just keep possession, moving the ball to the sides of the pitch, trying to move the opposition defence or midfield out of shape. What's important though is that these sideways passes don't become predictable, and that as that playmaker, that creative player, we don't do them too often. You can use these sideways passes though to try and create a little bit more space in other areas of the pitch. As we can see here, by playing the ball out wider, the defensive side, the midfield, are going to shuffle across the pitch a little bit more, which is then going to create a little bit more space in other areas. And this is where, as that playmaker, you need to have that technical ability to drive the ball into the feet of your midfield or attack. In this deeper line midfield role, we need to have good feet and the ability to make those passes that we've just seen. So start off with a little bit of ball mastery, some V touches, and then shift that ball out your feet and try and hit the diagonal pass on the laces to a target. Now the target could be just some cones as we have here, or maybe even a tree in a distance, but just try and use both feet and develop that range of passing, improving the accuracy and the speed and quality of that pass. But also it's that range of passing. So in this area here, we're looking at a quick L turn to get the ball out of the feet, and then including the inside of the foot. We want to make sure that we can zip that ball into the feet of the attacker nice and sharply, giving them the chance to take a good first touch on the ball. Having a playmaker on the team, especially in one of those deep line positions, can be absolutely vital to the team's performance, allowing the team to control the game and dictate what happens. And we've seen that this season with Liverpool and their lack of a playmaker in someone such as Jordan Henderson, who's had to fit into central defence. Without Fabinho or Henderson in the midfield, Liverpool have had great problems going forwards, and that playmaker is absolutely vital to the team. Some legends such as Pirlo and Paul Scholes were fantastic playmakers. They could dictate games, which gave the rest of their teammates the opportunity to go and show their skills and show their attacking threat. When we have playmakers who get further up the pitch, they need to be able to be creative, looking for those positive passes in between the lines of the defence and the midfield, while also looking to see if they can play the ball at any point in between the centre-back and the full-back. Playing these positive passes can force the defence to step back because they're under pressure. If that playmaker can find the runs of the attackers, it's going to create a huge amount of opportunities for the team. But what we must make sure is that as a playmaker, we are always looking to be positive. If we can be positive, the other team will step and drop off, giving you more time and more space on the ball to show what you can do. We can also keep possession with small passes and then progress forwards with lots of 1-2s and quick movements in and around the box as well. But that playmaker should always want to get on the ball and always try and be that person who creates opportunities and dictates the game, getting in the positions to control what is happening around them.